Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle FtW, welcome to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare video. Today we are back with another map guide video, and in this video we are covering the brand new DLC map, which is of course added into Season 5 called Suldal Harbor. This is map 1, this is map 2 of 2, and as you can see here is an overview of the map. This is of course where the Coalition spawn is, where I am right now, and then the Allegiance will spawn back here. So as you can see, the layout is a little bit interesting. It's definitely very different to any other map within Modern Warfare. It's a very random layout map. It's basically got one lane here, one lane is kind of mixed in kind of here, where you can go around this way, come up here and go down, or you can go all the way around in this way. It's a very, very weird map in my personal opinion, and honestly, I don't think this is a very good map either. It just doesn't flow that great in my opinion. But anyways, I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into the map guide. So as I said, I'm on the Coalition spawn right here. So starting off here, I can go one of three ways. I can either go to my left over that way, I can go to my right over here, or I can actually run through the middle. So we'll start off here with the left side, or with the right side, sorry, where you can go through this way. This is a very good place to get a line of sight on enemies up there. Enemies down there, be careful of enemies mounting on that thing, and enemies mounting on that doorway right here. You can also get a line of sight on enemies coming through here around that little milk carton, or these little crates. Then you can actually come up here and take out enemies that are coming through the middle. The B flag for Domination is right there, so be careful of enemies coming around through here like that. Just to be very, very aware of that. There can also be enemies up here, so be very, very careful. There can be enemies sitting in that corner, and there can be enemies up there on that little roof. There can be enemies all the way back there, enemies coming through here, as well as enemies over there on that head glitch like so. So that's a little bit of an overview of that side of the map. So let's go ahead and head back this direction and show you guys the middle route. So you can, in the middle route of this map, you can actually climb up on all of these individual little crates here. So I can actually climb up on all of these. I can also go over here, climb up on this, climb up all the way up here, and boom, I'm back to a line of sight on the middle of the map. So be very careful if you're coming through from the other side of the map, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, that there can be enemies here, and that they will most likely take you out if you're not careful. So again, little bit of a frame drop there, or a little bit of lag. But now, if you want to come through here, or now that we have the middle area of this back side of the map covered as well, we can go ahead and cover the left side. So this area of the map is really not that popular of an area. You never really see that many people hanging out here. In all honesty, from my experiences anyway, you just don't really see that many enemies over here. But be careful about enemies coming through there, as well as over there, because if you're not careful, you're definitely going to get killed. And enemies do like to hang out in there as well. So just be aware of that. But there are plenty of mount positions here in this area. You can mount right here, for example. You can mount from here, for example. You can mount on all of these things. The only reason that mounting here would be useful is if there's somebody that's camping or head glitching right up there, or if there's some enemies that are in that doorway right there. So now that is out of the way, we can go ahead and talk about this side of the map. Now, coming up these stairs is a little bit risky because enemies do like to camp in here from my experiences on this map. So be very, very aware of that. Be aware of enemies always being in here, because that is a very, very prevalent thing. I mean, I've had times where enemies are mounting on here like this, enemies that are just sitting in this corner like this, and just being a very, very, very big nuisance. Now, once you come through here as well, be very, very careful, because enemies can get a very long line of sight on you from here. Be aware, again, of that head glitch up there. That is by far the most annoying head glitch on this entire map. Enemies will be there for entire matches. I've played full matches of this map where an enemy is just camping up there the entire game. So be very, very careful about that. This is definitely assault rifle range, or LMG range, or sniper range for sure. This is definitely not SMG range at all. If you want to use an SMG, I recommend probably going underneath where I just showed you guys, because that is your best bet to not run into a ton of enemies. So now that this is out of the way, just be very, very aware that there are a ton of mounting positions. There's one there, there's one there, there's one back there, there's one there, and then there's some. And then I think I already showed you that one there. But yeah, there's a ton of mounting positions here, so be very, very careful. The B Domination flag is right here. I honestly wouldn't spend too much time in here, in all honesty, because there's so many ways to get shot from. I can get shot from up there, I can get shot from down there, I can get shot from up there, I can get shot from down there, and I can get shot from up there. There's just way too many areas to get shot from here, so I definitely don't recommend hanging out here very long, and I just recommend going over here like this. So now that we have that covered, we can go ahead and talk about this area of the map again. And again, very, very long lines of sights here. Be very careful of enemies mounting on those over there. I'll cover that here in a little bit once we actually get around to it. But again, be very, very careful of enemies over there as well. You could also come up here if you want. Come up these stairs. Come through here. Again, be aware of enemies below you. Here and here. Again, you can see enemies there and there. And then if you sneak over here, you might be able to see an enemy right there, but in all honesty, I don't think I've ever been able to get a line of sight on any enemies right there. But you can also come through here, and then boom, you're back to where I just showed you previously. So again, be careful running through here as well, because enemies love to head glitch up there, up in this building, and they also like to kind of sneak up on you and be down in that door, and kind of sneak around this corner as well. So this is a very, very risky spot of the map. In all honesty, I don't like this part of the map at all. I honestly, whenever I go over here, I try and go underground, but that puts you at a huge disadvantage of enemies camping up here, which is kind of the biggest problem of the map. I know I was going to talk to you guys about why I don't like this map that much, and just like with Petrov Oil Rig, I said Perlov Oil Rig, which actually is a character from a book I'm reading right now, which is why I got that mixed up. So but anyways, the reason I don't like this map is that the flow is very, very random. You can get shot from so many different angles. People who camp in this building up here have a incredible advantage on you. Even if you're over here, you're still at a disadvantage of enemies. So the only way to basically counter them is to either mount here or just not even bother going down there. But specifically down below me is the most dangerous part of this entire map, and where you can be at a severe disadvantage. And I don't like maps where you can be at a severe disadvantage. As I mentioned in my oil rig video from yesterday, I don't like the ability to get absolutely destroyed because of the map layout, not because of you making a mistake. I don't like getting shot in the side ever. I don't like getting shot in the back, and I don't like being at a severe disadvantage. And this map creates severe disadvantages when you're playing this game. So now that we have this area covered, we can go ahead and talk about this building. Be very careful coming in here. There are a lot of enemies that like to sit in corners like there. Enemies that like to sit up on these stairs, and enemies that will run through here, because this is a spawn point. I think the Legion spawn point is actually like one of them is right here, I think, or it's back there. I'm not really sure exactly where it is, because there's multiple spawn points on every map. I know that the main spawn point for this map is back there, but be very, very careful coming through here. If you are Coalition or Allegiance, it doesn't matter. Just be very careful, because enemies will love to hang out here. There's also a door here that enemies will run through and take you off guard, potentially. And enemies can also come through here and boom, take you off guard as well. Now there's two ways to get up these stairs. This is the first way, which puts you in this building here. And there is a second way, which is right over here. So again, be very aware of enemies being up here on these stairs, camping and waiting for you to walk by, because you know that they're going to be here. Again, be aware of enemies right over here as well, waiting for you to walk by. Be careful of enemies sitting in this corner. Once again, and again, this head glitch is basically very, very overpowered and will put the advantage to the enemies in just a crazy way. So just be very, very careful. Again, what I was mentioning earlier is being in this head glitch gets you an advantage on all of these enemies here, all those enemies down there, and overall really propels you to pretty much own this map, which is why, again, I'm not a fan of this, because I hate this head glitch and I hate this area of the map, because it just puts one player at a very good advantage and one player at a very bad advantage, and I just don't like that in maps. Now, you can also crouch down, and you can actually come all the way out here and get a line of sight to enemies coming down here, but again, you're putting yourself at a very serious disadvantage. Now that we have this building covered, which is pretty much one of the biggest areas of the map, we can go ahead and talk about the back coalition spawn very quickly. This spawn is personally one of the worst spawns ever, because I've heard in a previous video that people will spawn back here, and the C objective is right there, but when you're spawning so far back, you're just at a severe disadvantage for a lot of reasons. But the main reason is that with the gun that I have right now, the LMG here, I may be able to take out enemies over there, but imagine if I have an SMG, or I have a shotgun, or something that's for close range. The only way I can get out of here is to run all the way around here, come through here, again, be careful of enemies here, run all the way through here, boom, again, I can't really fight anybody over here. I have to go all the way through this building to get into a gunfight with an SMG, which is very, very dangerous. This spawn puts you at a severe disadvantage. If we look at the minimap very quickly, look how close this spawn is to the main parts of the map. So the A flag, I think, is right here. So you're spawning here, and you go to here, and boom, you're in the main part of the map. If you spawn here, it is an exceptionally longer distance because you have to go around to get to B, and you have to go around to get to B again. So that's why this spawn is the worst spawn, and it basically tips this map into the scale of the Coalition, which is very, very bad. You don't want that in maps. You don't want anybody to have an advantage over the other, even though it does happen. I've been watching a lot of competitive Call of Duty, and on Hackney Yard, for example, professional Hackney Yard, there's a big issue on Hackney Yard Domination where the people who spawn on C side are at a severe disadvantage versus the people who spawn at A. Not exactly sure why that is, because the map seems pretty evenly distributed, but I'm not a pro, so I don't know the answer to that question, but nonetheless, it is what it is. But there is a headquarters back here, which is kind of nice. So again, if you are spawning over there as the Coalition, you're definitely doing pretty well, especially because there's the headquarters here. And now that all of that is out of the way, we can go ahead and head back over here to this side of the map, which is definitely not my favorite part of the map. I don't like this part of the map that much either, but it is a very, very good route to get into the middle of the map. So one thing I wanted to mention is that this little pillar here is something that you want to be aware of, because enemies can mount on here, take you out from over there, take you out over there, and basically just get a very good, nice line of sight to you wherever you are. And I don't think there's any other, yeah, there's no other pillars, but just be careful over here by this garage. There's also, as I said, there is this head glitch here, which I'm actually not even sure how to get up to. I don't really head glitch ever when I play this game. Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. I have seen somebody camp up here the entire match. The entire match. He doesn't move. He just sits in this spot right here, waiting for you to walk by from over there, from all the way over there at that spawn. And it's just super, super annoying. The only way I can even think to counter this camping spot is either to just completely ignore him, which is very, very hard to do. That basically gives you one route, which is to go over there, all the way over there. Or what you can do is try your best to throw C4, or just try and beam him with an assault rifle. But this is a very, very popular camping spot on this map, and is extremely, extremely annoying. So just be very, very aware of what is happening, and know that there will be enemies, that there tends to be enemies head glitching up here, which is super, super annoying. This is a terrible, terrible head glitch. It gives you an incredible advantage. I mean, look how many lines of sights I get. I get line of sight from people coming through there. I get line of sight from people over there. I get people coming from through here. Get people up there, down here, and it's just a very, very, very good head glitch, and it's definitely a camper's paradise. Campers love to be up here, so be very, very aware of that. Another little thing that you can do is you can actually run on top of all of these boxes if you want to, which is, I guess, kind of interesting. I mean, you can kind of take some enemies off guard, especially if there's an enemy that, for example, that is up here. Just gonna run over here really quick. Especially if there's an enemy that's just looking down right here, you can actually surprise them by being up on those boxes. So that's kind of a fun fact as well. And now we've pretty much covered absolutely everything. Again, showing these head glitches from, or these mount positions from the other way. Again, you can mount up here, take out enemies up there. You can mount on this box right here, and you can go ahead and mount on this box over here like so. So again, be aware of that. And last but not least, you can even come up here if you want to. Again, don't really see a point in this unless you're defending the objective, which there is an objective back here in, I think, headquarters and maybe hardpoint as well. So there we go. That is going to do it for a Suldal Harbor map guide video. Honestly, I think there's a potential very good improvement for this map, and that is to just put something here. They won't do that because, of course, the map is done, and they wouldn't change anything because they haven't changed anything on any maps. But what would have made this map flow much, much better is having the ability to go through here. Because by being able to come through here, you're putting yourself at a much higher advantage. And I honestly would have just chopped this off right here to a degree. I think I would have chopped this off and potentially put another route to get through here to this area of the map, because this spawn is so deep. And if I got rid of this, or if I got rid of at least this part, and I started spawning right there, it would be more of a fair spawn. But because of that fact that this map is very unfair, and I don't really like it that much, even though it is a remake of the original Harbor from Call of Duty 1, I may put some gameplay in the bottom left just really bit, just for a very, very quick second while I do, if there even is any on YouTube. But again, that is pretty much it. There's not much else to cover here with this map, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about both DLC maps here within Season 5. Me personally, I don't think they're very good. I think I'm going to give this map a rating of a 6 out of 10. I think it is a little bit or I think it is just as bad as Petrov Oil Rig. Just not a big fan of these maps. They just don't flow very well. They're very unbalanced, and overall, I definitely liked these Season 4 maps a little bit better. But nonetheless, maybe once I play these maps a little bit more, I've played about 5 to 10 matches on each of these maps. But maybe once I play maybe 15 to 20 matches each on these maps, maybe I'll start to like them a little bit more. But at the moment, I really don't like them very much at all. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you have a like, subscribe if you're new, check out all my other previous Modern Warfare map guide videos. Will be linked down below in the playlist in the description. And if you guys want to check out all of my other Season 5 gameplay, I will, that will be on the channel as well. But anyways, I will see you all on another Modern Warfare video very soon.